Bachelorette came out. I am so excited. Oh my gosh. Okay, so last night I actually went to an iHeartRadio album release event for Keith Urban, so I couldn't watch in real time, and I was dying the whole time. I was like, I just want to be home watching Golden Bachelorette, which is probably not a healthy thing. I should be out living my life and excited about that, which I was. It was really fun, great event, but man, am I excited. Okay, I took some notes. Let's jump in because there's something about the Golden Bachelor and Bachelorette that is absolutely so heartwarming, hopeful. It just brings joy and warmth and positivity to my life. I'm so excited that we have a Golden Bachelorette. Joan is a perfect Golden Bachelorette, even though there's so many women that would have been a perfect Golden Bachelorette, but she absolutely killed it. She's elegant, she's poised, she's well-spoken, she's charming, she's beautiful. Like, oh my God, what an amazing pick for Golden Bachelorette. So starting off by just putting that out there, we love Joan. I'm really excited. And I think the guys are really excited. You could tell by the way that they spoke to her. You could tell by the way that they were, discussing, like, when I found out it was you, I had to come, all these different things. It was really, really, really exciting and beautiful. And oh my God, I'm literally just so excited. Okay, so let's jump in. I feel like a majority of the episode was actually like limo entrances and packages, getting to know these guys, which the packages are my favorite part. Like, the limo entrances can be cute, but like, I want to know the nitty gritty of these people. I want to know their stories. I want to know why they're here. I want to fall in love with who they are. And that's what makes people human. And that's what makes us interested and invested in their journees. Okay, I got all the guys' pictures here on my laptop, and obviously beautiful Joan as well. Let's hop in. Okay, wait, I thought I was done talking about Joan, but now I'm looking at my notes and I'm realizing that Joan's story of loss of her, lifelong partner, I think it was like, I want to say 30 something years or something like that, I forget. But the loss of her partner, how it came on so quick, just devastating. Immediately crying within the first, 5 minutes of the episode, because I think, not me about to get emotional, but I think so many people are just looking for love in life, and whether that's like a life partner, friendships, beautiful family dynamics, I dream of having a family with love like the family I grew up in someday, and like to want that so badly in life. I think that's what most people want, even if you can't put your finger on it. Like, that's what we're seeking. Like, that's even like when you're doing things in the world externally, like subconsciously, I think we're all just trying to find ways to be accepted and loved. And like, it's such a special thing when you find it. And for Joan to have the love of her life taken from her early, and from something so like graphic and horrible like pancreatic cancer, I think so many of us know that is just such a devastating disease. My mom lost her dad to it that way when she was a teenager, and it's one of the most like horrific things to witness somebody become that sick that fast and just go through something like that. It's so traumatic. And to have this like image of a beautiful life, and to have a loving family, and to feel like a piece of that is like torn apart and taken away from you way too early, just breaks my heart. So her, like, already I'm like, I was rooting for Joan before we got that much of a an intricate detailed storyline about her. We all knew her from the Golden Bachelor and fell in love with her, but like, wow, when you see it. And then when she said, like right after he passed, the hawks were flying by their home, and then literally as she's saying this, she goes, oh my God, look at the hawks, and there's like hawks up in the sky. I just think like people send us signals, God sends us signals, and that was such a beautiful symbol. I remember last season, Kelsey, I'm about to get emotional again. Kelsey talking about her mother and saying like butterflies were how she would feel connected to her mom. And like literally in that moment, she's like, oh my God, there's butterflies. Like, so special, so beautiful. Really excited for her. Okay, first guy out the limo, Pascal? Pascal, you're kidding. A dreamboat literally comes out handsome. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a guy. This is a handsome fella. And then he speaks, he opens his mouth. He's a Frenchman. I don't know if you guys have any experience with Frenchmen, but they have a swag, they have an essence about them. Maybe French women as well, but I know from a female's perspective, I've known a few Frenchmen. They're dangerous, but like, not actually, but they're just like, they know, maybe they don't know what they're doing. Maybe they do, I don't know. But they have a way with words and with that accent. Pascal, he is one to keep an eye on. This just seems like somebody written in a movie. Like, he seems like a character written in a movie that you can't create a more perfect image of Pascal from France, who lives in Chicago. I just know this man knows how to wine and dine a lady. And I feel like Joan would like that. She wants a nice dinner. She wants her steak. She wants her red wine, a little pasta on the side. Like that, it's giving elegant. Pascal, I'm gonna keep an eye on him because I think he's gonna make it far. Okay, then we see Kim, who is a retired Navy captain. Thank you for your service, first of all. I know that that's like a really hard life and career, and like already, like it's so cute to come out in his Navy dress uniform. I don't know, something about it was just very endearing. You can tell he's like a very proud person. And then when he talked about his loss of his partner 6 years ago, broke my heart. It made me realize again, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is why we love Golden Bachelor and Golden Bachelorette so much. Like, you just want to root for these people. It's so unfair when people are taken from us, but the love of your life, the person that you spent an incredible chapter of your life with, just, it's just like so not fair. So rooting for him, I loved him. His package and his like story really tugged at my heartstrings. Okay, Chalk. C-H-O-C-K. Interesting name. There's a lot of interesting names. He came in with a soup. I thought that was really cute. That reminded me of something my dad would do, if I'm being honest. I mean, not my dad would go on the show because he's happily married to my mom, but that's just like the vibe of my dad. Like, he would bring some homemade soup and be like, I need you to try my soup. When The Bachelor came to visit my hometown and like the producers were all staying, like all the date producers, I didn't even really know them until I got to my hometown. Because they get there ahead of you and they set things up and they're like, your dad, like, he was like cooking us home cooked meals and he was like so hospitable, and like everybody loved both my parents. Everybody was like, they're just the best. And like, that's just such a thing my dad would do, is be like, I want to cook for you and your family, or I want to like have a home cooked meal for you guys. Like, it's just something about dads wanting to give you some soup. I don't know, something about that just made my heart so happy. And he was like, I want to cook for you and your family. And I thought that was like one, smooth, but also just like very sweet and endearing. And the soup low-key looked really good. It looked like the kind of soup you get at Air One. It might have been a soup from Air One, if we're being honest. A producer might have gone and picked that up and been like, hey, this will be a good bit. But either way, it worked on me. I thought it was great. Okay, something that Joan said in her package that, again, tugged at my heartstrings was she talked about feeling invisible. And I think that like a lot of people have felt that and resonated with that in their life, and it's such a hard feeling, and I can only imagine how it feels being in that stage in your life, having lost a partner, and like the word invisible, to hear that as a descriptor is so like gut-wrenching. And so that really resonated with Jonathan. So when he came out of the limo, he had a blindfold on. It was a really cute intro, and he mentioned how that really resonated with him. I thought that was really cute. It was kind of like, I don't want to say like hot, but it was like, oh, she took the blindfold off. It was like sexy vibes. I don't know. It was endearing, but also like very attractive. And I thought it was very cute. I thought the energy between them was actually really nice. I thought Jonathan looked very fit. Like, they showed him playing basketball with his kids and running in his package. Like, he just seemed very like fit and like he's a catch. Michael was adorable. Almost forgot his name. I put Thomas was so cute. Gary came in dancing. I loved his vibe. He just seems like a good time. I feel like he came in, he was talking about how beautiful she was. I thought that he brought really good energy, and I think that, you know, he was just very fun to watch. I liked his energy. Jack came in singing, which I feel like is very bold, because I think that can make people uncomfortable, but I actually found it really endearing. I think, he seems really fun. I thought it was really cute that they showed him like touring the house and talking about like the vibe and how it was so beautiful and elegant. He hadn't seen anything like this before. It was like very cute. I loved him. I thought it was great. Bold entry to come in singing, but I really liked it. I think he was the one that cooked something for her, and they like had a few bites to eat. Another cute little bit. Again, a man who's gonna bring the food. He's a provider. Like, that's the vibe I'm getting. I'm like, this man is providing. He's already bringing out meals. Charles, you guys, I love Charles. Charles is my favorite so far. Okay, so he said he's been lonely for 6 years. He was married for 36 years. His first and only love. Even in his like package where they're talking about his life, and he's just so pensive and walking like, just like observing nature. Like, something about Charles was so adorable. I found him to be so endearing. I want him to find love. I don't know if it's gonna be with Joan or not, but like, slide into the DMs. Somebody find his daughter, slide into the DMs, set him up with your mom or somebody, because he was adorable and so freaking sweet. I loved how he was like, and if I can brag a little bit, I'm also very handsome. Like, so cute, so cute. I love how he said, Joan, you're in charge. And she was like, oh, you're also in charge of, you are also get a say in this. And he was like, no, you are in charge forever. I feel like that was him being like, no, I respect you. Like, as a woman, like, you are in charge. You take the lead, and like, I will follow your lead. That's just the way I interpreted it. I loved it. I thought it was so great. I also loved that he made a comment that said, if you are just yourself, things will work out well. That's such great dad advice. If you are just yourself, things will work out well. That's good life advice. And then we had Guy. Y'all, Guy looked like a guy. He also looked like a character from a movie. He looks like his name would be Guy, and he would be on General Hospital. He looked the part. Okay, when Charles came out with the cane, I already knew he was about to pull something. I was like, this guy is about to either bust a move, do some dancing. He gets down on one hand and starts doing one-handed push-ups. Yes, sir. Yes, he did. Okay, Zaddy, he knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing, and I knew he was about to pull some shit. As soon as I saw that cane come out the limo, I said, he's about to do something. Okay, and then Dan is a private investigator. I actually don't know if he got eliminated. Dan, I didn't write much about him. I don't think they showed him very much, but Dan is a private investigator. We want to get him on the podcast. Let's get him on Live, Laugh, Lies. Let's get the tea. Let's get the secrets, the private investigation secrets. Thank you. I thought Christopher with the prune juice was really funny. I think he could be like a dark horse in this as well. Like, somebody that they showed a little bit of him throughout the episode, and I thought he was very endearing. I really liked him. Like, I noticed him and I was like, I like his energy. I like his vibe. He seems kind. He seems funny. I think to bring prune juice and be talking about like you're getting your system moving on night one, I'm like, this guy has the kind of sense of humor I like. I don't know if Joan is like that. I feel like she's a little bit more elegant than a woman like me. She's very like put together and stuff. And so I kind of like a dirty sense of humor, and I thought that was very funny. So I don't know if their vibe is going to be the same, but I think in general, like, people are gonna really like him. Okay, those are like most of my notes about the entrances. Oh, except for Kelsey's dad. Oh my gosh, Kelsey, oh my God. Okay, I got all emotional all over again. First of all, she looked absolutely beautiful. Second of all, her dad is a gem. I met him the other night at Dancing with the Stars. I got to meet him, and just the way he makes direct eye contact, he's so genuine. You can just tell like the warmth from him. You know what I mean? Like, when somebody has that warmth about them and they radiate kindness and intentional, eye contact, handshake, looking at you, asking your name. Like, he doesn't know who I am. There's 1,000 people there. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, I loved watching you. I can't wait to see you on the show. And he just took a moment to like really speak with me. And it just went a really long way. I thought he was so pure and genuine. So then to see his package, to see him talk about Kelsey's mom, to see him talk about his family that way, it just made me so emotional again. I just feel like this is why we love the Golden Bachelor and Bachelorette. It just shows you like life is so hard. Like, life is so unfair and so hard, and you just want to root for people, and it makes you want to be more empathetic to people in general. Like, you just never know what somebody's been through or is going through. And seeing him on the screen and seeing his story, I just want, if he's not with Joan, I'm like, make him the Golden Bachelor. Like, he is just so likable and so endearing. Keith as well. He was like big, tall man, 6'5", 240. I love that they said girl dad as his like occupation. So he mentioned that addiction had affected his family and that he really wanted to show his 3 girls stability and that he had to really step up and like be there for them in their life. I love that he came in on a station wagon. My family growing up had a station wagon, and it was just like, it was like nostalgia. And I think that obviously as you see later in the episode, it really struck a chord with Joan as well. I felt like he was very endearing, very genuine. I can't wait to see. I feel like the first impression rose, like those people almost never like make it all the way. That first impression rose curse, you know? But I hope he makes it at least really far, if not ends up with her, because I did think they have had a really strong connection. And also like it pulled at my heartstrings, and I was like, oh my God, I really like this guy. I really want to see him go far and do well. And then just like seeing all the guys talk about their grandkids when they were saying, what does your grandkid call you? Oh, I'm Pop Pop. Oh, I'm Papa. Like the different nuances, and even where I'm at in my life, getting to see like my parents become grandparents in the last 5 years and how special it is. Oh my gosh, it is like the coolest thing to see. Not me getting emotional. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to like, this is gonna be so hard week to week to recap. Also, I'm gonna try to do better at being timely with these, just so you know. But seeing these guys talk about their families, again, it just comes back to like, people just want love. I think that's what people are after in this world. And whether you're chasing it through like, however you're chasing it, or whatever you're chasing in life, I think at the end of the day, what people want is to feel loved and to love. And to see these guys that are such family men and the way they're talking about their families really was so endearing. I loved it. I loved watching every second of it. I thought it was funny that the guys kind of were poking fun at Pascal. I'm going to struggle with that name, Pascal. I think it's funny that they were like, oh, the French don't mess around. Like, he knows what he's doing. He's getting in there quick. I thought that was a very funny, like, little tidbit. I loved that. And yeah, he swooped her away and continued the romance. Again, he was very charming, very romantic. She did seem very wooed by him. I was dying laughing at the pickleball segment. I thought that was so funny, so on brand. I'm also like getting into pickleball myself, so I really actually liked it. And if you haven't tried pickleball, just go try it. It's so fun. Give yourself a chance too. Like, take a lesson and then just put yourself out there. It's such a fun way to stay active. And I feel like, you know, obviously the stigma is that like older people love it. And so that was really funny that they're all just like doing pickleball balls back and forth. I loved when Joan, and I don't know who it was, but they were on the Jazzies. They were driving the Jazzies around. That was hysterical. Charles going through the house and like opening the fridge and be like, oh, there's a lot of meat in here. It was just such dad energy. I was like, I love this. I don't think anyone opened the fridge on night 1 of being in the mansion when I was there. And he's just going through the house and he's just like vibing. That was so cute and relatable and like such a dad thing. I just love it here. Okay, Bob's story was crazy about being surfing with his son and having lightning strike and talking about like literally dying and then being brought back to life. So crazy, such a crazy story. But I liked his little line about like, I'm just here to see if lightning can strike twice. Like, okay, a little morbid, but also like a funny way to like, it stood out to me. And I thought he was also so cute and sweet. I really liked his energy. I noted that I actually could see Kelsey's dad and Joan working out. I feel like a lot of my friends are like, there's no way that they end up together because the show is like showing them too much. Like, you know, Kelsey's dad has been all over, you know, at the like after the final rose and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't know. I could so see them working out. They have similar backgrounds, similar stories. They're both widowed. They both really value family. They're both really good looking people. Like, I don't know. I could see this working out for them. I actually thought they had a lot of chemistry. The first impression the first impression rose went to the station wagon guy, Keith. Keith was a 6'5", 240 girl dad. They also had amazing chemistry, as I mentioned earlier. I think they could be endgame. It's just that first impression rose, I don't know, like they almost never like make it to the end, but they had real chemistry. I feel like the vibes were good. I'm so excited to see that unfold. I think it's gonna be really good. I guess I remember Keith said something about having a bottle of wine, cheese and crackers, going to the beach. Us girls love that shit. We love it. I remember I had a boyfriend that like never planned dates, and it was like kind of an issue because I would be like, I just felt like it's so easy. Like it's so easy. If you're a guy, which you're probably not, but if you're a guy listening to this, like it's so easy. Get wine, cheese, a little basket, some crackers, a blanket. And if you don't live by the beach, go to like a field and watch the sunset. There, it's so easy and it's so cute. We love that shit. If you're watching this, go out there and make your girl feel special and loved. So obviously when Keith said that, Joan was like, oh, this is a man who knows how to be romantic. It's the little things that matter in life. So yeah, she really liked that. I really like that. Love that for them. I can see them on the beach eating wine or drinking wine and eating cheese and crackers. I also heard her say that she felt really safe around him. Another really big thing, I think, as women, I think when you're young, and this is the big contrast, I think, between like Golden Bachelor and the regular Bachelor series. When you're young, a lot of times you're looking for like physical attraction, sparks flying, you're looking for, you know, you're chasing the butterflies, you're chasing that feeling in your stomach and in your chest. But like when you get older and you have to like deal with real shit, like these people who've been through some real stuff in their life, like loss of partners, like this is real. Like that is real stuff. Like what does your partner's look or like toxic habits, like what is that going to offer you when you are going through a hard thing in life? Those looks are gonna fade. And even if the looks didn't fade, even if your partner stayed attractive forever, if you don't feel safe with your partner, if you don't feel secure, if you don't feel like this is somebody that can protect you and that is going to want to make you feel secure and want to make you feel literally protected. And it goes both ways. Obviously, as a woman, like when she said that, I was like, oh my God, I resonate so much. But like men also want to feel safe and they want to feel protected and they want to feel like their person is going to be there for them. And when you're going through real life stuff, that's when it really matters. And I feel like Joan making that comment, I felt really safe with him. It just makes you realize like how precious life is and what really matters when you're picking a partner. And I feel like that is the vast contrast between the regular Bachelor and the Golden. It feels like they got their priorities straight. They're looking for the things that matter. I love that. Their kiss was really cute and sweet. It wasn't too much. I feel like sometimes it can be a bit much on the show. And I'm like, okay. Thank you. I don't want to see that anymore. Not because people don't do that, but I'm just like, get it off my screen. Like I get so uncomfortable. So their kiss was very, what's the word? Their kiss was very tasteful. That would be the word. And then when he got the rose and he came back in the room, all the guys were so supportive. Like you never see that. I mean, you rarely see that. I think that it does happen. Like when Teddy got the first impression rose on our season, we were like, oh my God, congrats. That's so amazing. But like low-key, everyone deep down is like, oh shit, like this is getting real, which I'm sure the guys felt that too. But I also think as you get older, you just like, you learn things about life and these guys were just, I don't know, they just nailed it. They did such a good job. They were so supportive and they were like, oh my God, congratulations, shaking his hand. Like the sportsmanship, that's the word I'm looking for, the sportsmanship. As you get older, I feel like a lot of people, you realize you just put your ego aside and you just shake their hand and you say, congratulations, I'm happy for you. What angels. I'm sure not all of them are angels, but first episode, it was cute. I love that this show got family messages. I wish they would release like the unseen footage of everybody because we only saw a few people and those people like tugged at your heartstrings. The men getting emotional and like even the way they're supporting each other and like hugging each other, like that was so heartfelt. I loved it. I think that was such a great element. Producers did amazing. Like what a nice touch tonight. Even if that never aired, that's so important. Like you're isolated and away from your family. And that was really nice that they gave us a little taste of that, but please release the rest of the footage because I want to see what people's families said. It was so cute. Like do a YouTube or something. I want to see everything. I was legitimately crying during that point. Roll the footage. Yeah, I was literally crying like a baby.
John's gonna see those traits immediately.
Hi, David. My mom. I hope you are doing well. Please take care of yourself. You only have one you.
They are supporting each other.
It doesn't sound good.
They're patting each other on the back. They're hugging each other. Some of them are crying.
I loved it. I thought the first episode was beautiful. I do hate that these episodes are 2 hours long. I would love shorter episodes more frequently. I know that's not really possible. but it was really good. Let me know what you guys think. Who are your favorites? Who do you think Jonah's gonna end up with? Who do you think gets the first one-on-one? I need to know like everyone's thoughts. I'm so invested. The Golden series is my favorite, so really excited to be back on another Golden season. They were so cute. Tell me all your thoughts and come back next week because I will be on it.